Welcome to Sunrise, first light for what's next on B2B revenue teams. Lots to cover today, so let's dive in.
Picture this. You walk into a fancy grocery store, and there it is, this amazing display, maybe, 24 kinds of gourmet jam, raspberry, peach mango.
All the good stuff.
Yeah. And you get to sample them. It's fun, right? You're tasting all these delicious jams. But then they ask, so would you like to buy one? And suddenly, it's not fun anymore. You just freeze.
The paralysis hits.
Totally. Like, what if I pick the wrong one? So you say, oh, thanks, and just walk away. No jam. That exact feeling. Well, that's the hidden cost we're talking about. Too many choices. So today, we're diving into how the best go-to-market teams handle this. They don't just get stuck. They find a way through it. They achieve something we call decision flow. Our mission, really, is to figure out how you can shift from that paralysis to, purposeful action. We're pulling insights from decision flow, how great teams decide faster, and also designing decisions, the flow state of growth.
And what's really fascinating, is that feeling isn't just you in the grocery store. It actually comes from a pretty famous behavioral psychology study. Sheena Iyengar and Mark Lepper, later picked up by Barry Schwartz in The Paradox of Choice. And the data, it's kind of startling. With those 24 jams, sure, 60% of people stopped to look, but only 3% actually bought anything.
Only 3%, wow.
Yeah. Now compare that to when they only offered 6 jams. Fewer people stopped, okay? But 30% of those people made a purchase.
30%. That's a huge difference.
It is. It really shows that more options don't automatically mean more clarity. Sometimes it just creates, cognitive friction.
Okay, so let's unpack this for everyone listening. Because this paralysis, it's not just about jam, is it? It happens in GTM teams constantly, every day, right? Should we pivot the campaign? Should we build this thing in-house or just outsource it? Do we double down here or try something new over there? The real weight for GTM teams isn't just having lots of decisions. It's the cost, the drag of having way too many options and just no clear way forward.
Yeah, and if you connect that to the bigger picture, well, that's what leads straight to decision fatigue. Just slowly, kind of quietly drains your team. Their clarity goes, their energy sags, momentum stalls.
And what does that look like in practice?
Oh, you see it everywhere. Campaign launches get delayed. Hiring decisions get stuck. Budgets take forever to get approved. Or, those endless debates about messaging. Maybe Slack threads that just go on. But nobody actually makes the final call.
Right. That sounds painfully familiar.
So it makes you ask, what's the real cost here? And it's not just time. It's trust. It's energy. It's progress. And ultimately it hits performance. You've got smart people just stuck in limbo.
Okay, so that paints a clear picture of the problem. What does this all mean then? What's the way out? It sounds like the answer isn't make fewer decisions. Is that right?
Exactly. It's about making better designed ones, shifting from just reacting all the time to having a more rhythmic, intentional flow for decisions.
Okay, better designed decisions. I like that.
Yeah. Great teams know they can't just eliminate decisions. That's not realistic. What they can do is reduce the noise, the swirl around the decision. They create, let's say, less sprawl and more structure. The aim is to get decisions flowing freely. You need the right framework for the right decision, hitting at the right time.
Less sprawl, more structure. Okay, so let's get practical. How do teams actually do that? Let's dive into maybe 7 ways great teams cut through that swirl and stay in flow, build that confidence.
Sounds good. Let's break them down.
All right, first up, name your decision-making method. So before you even start a meeting, be explicit about the goal. Like, are we brainstorming here with a blank slate? Are we reacting to a straw man proposal? Or is it clear that the manager makes the call after hearing input?
That upfront clarity is huge. It frames everything. When everyone knows the method, knows their role, you get real momentum. It avoids so much confusion.
Makes sense. Okay, second, clarify decision rates. Define who actually is the decider and who are the contributors, the people giving input, and who just needs to be kept informed.
This one's critical because input isn't the same as influence, right? And influence definitely isn't the same as authority. When you design those roles clearly, you eliminate that limbo, that, who actually owns this feeling?
Right, avoids the turf wars, too. Okay, third, pre-decide the predictable. What does that mean exactly? Like setting guardrails for common things, maybe low-risk spending, or building decision trees for choices that keep coming up.
Yeah, both of those. Too often, teams think every single decision needs a human touch, a debate. But if you can automate the easy stuff, like template approvals, low-spend requests, or map out the recurring choices with the decision tree, well, you're not just automating. You're freeing up brain power for the complex stuff. Predictability really does unlock speed.
Frees up cognitive bandwidth. Got it. Fourth point, tighten feedback loops. Run regular, structured retrospectives, maybe after campaigns or quarterly, and focus on the data, not just, gut feelings.
hmm And the key here is that retros aren't just about looking back, like closing a chapter. They're about compounding returns. You turn those learnings into living documents, things that actually feed forward into the next decisions so you don't make the same mistakes.
Okay, feed forward. Love that. Fifth, normalize rapid experimentation. So this is about testing things quickly, subject lines, channel mix, maybe even pricing,
Yeah.
but doing it in a contained way.
Exactly. Cap the spend, time box a learning period, and this is crucial, share the results openly, especially the failures.
Sharing the failures, that takes courage.
It does, but it builds trust. And the real insight is that speed in decision-making doesn't come from putting people under pressure. It comes from getting clear signal, fast. Experiments validate or invalidate your assumptions quickly. They reduce guesswork and actually build the team's collective intuition over time. Makes future decisions faster and smarter.
Signal, not pressure. Okay. Sixth, budget how you actually work. This means allocating money based on constraints, maybe, not just the org chart, and reforecasting often, like maybe every 30 days, and having a dedicated experimentation fund.
Precisely. It needs to be dynamic. You want to be able to shift money quickly to what's actually working based on those experiments or results. The faster you can move resources to validated opportunities, well, the faster you grow. Simple as that.
Right, makes total sense. Okay, last one, number 7. Match your cadence to your growth. So the faster you're growing, the tighter your decision rhythm needs to be.
Absolutely. If a team's growing, say, 40, 50, 70% year over year, they probably need a pretty tight rhythm. Maybe weekly all-hands check-ins, daily stand-ups for key projects, solid monthly reviews. Growth isn't just random, it requires rhythm. And that rhythm is what helps reduce the sprawl, that feeling of being pulled everywhere.
Rhythm reduces sprawl. Okay, so wrapping this up, looking at all these points, what's the big takeaway here about decision flow? It really sounds like it's the antidote to that swirl, that paralysis we started with. It's not about adding bureaucracy, is it?
Not at all. It's about intelligently removing friction. It's not waiting for clarity to happen to them. They actively design processes and structures to create it. That builds momentum and trust.
Designing for clarity, not waiting for it. Okay, so here's something to think about. What if your GTM system wasn't just responding to the world, but was actually designed to proactively shape your path forward? What could that unlock? Let's keep building.